Hi everybody, and welcome to your Fall Equinox Pick a Card reading. We're taking a look at what changes is the new season bringing for you. In tropical astrology, the sun moves into Libra on September 23rd at 1:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And in sidereal astrology, we do not have the sun moving into Libra until October 17th and 18th in the middle of the night. And then that Libra season will last until about November 17th. So let's just take a look at what this equal day and night is bringing to us. It's a time of balance, of course, represented by the scales, and equal darkness and light during the day. So we have three piles. Our first pile, this is an agate. It's just polished in a way that makes it look like an eyeball, which is kind of cool. If I can get a better picture of it. There we go. And number two, we have the Hawkeye, or could be considered blue tiger's eye. All right. It's iridescent, so it doesn't want to pick it up. And then we have the moonstone with malachite and carnelian. So the moonstone is the brown one. It comes in different shades, of course. And all right, so I'll put timestamps down below, and I'll see you in your selected pile. All right, welcome pile one. Let's take a look at your tarot first. We have the scales, Libra, Justice. And in this picture, it's specifically a feather and the heart, the weighing of the heart and the afterlife ceremony. But it can also have to do with balancing your heart, your emotions with your mind, which is the air, feathers. And we have the Ten of Cups, or we could be talking about Libra, the seventh house of partnership, and the Ten of Cups being a completion or a union of that emotional fulfillment. Maybe you have the best of both worlds in a partnership. And then we have the Lovers, so Gemini, or the choice, or the family. So it looks like a lot of you for the next 3 months until the winter solstice. Partnership and relationship and possibly marriage is a big focus. If you're already married, it's a deepening of your love and a blossoming further of your relationship. For those of you who are not in partnership, this is an invitation to join into a divinely protected and guarded union. So let's go ahead and see what our oracle cards can add to this. We have boundaries, okay. So some of you may have had your walls up for a long time or felt the need to protect yourself, to conceal, cocoon, be in a hermit energy coming out of Virgo season. Or some of you may have had to work on your personal boundaries in regards to a partnership, or that's what you're being called to do for the next 3 months. In this part, it looks more of a need to let those boundaries down in order to allow love into your life, as opposed to keeping people out with walls. It doesn't look like anything's being stepped on here or, infringed upon in any way. Let's take a look at your angels and ancestors, magic guardian. Unlock the magic within. We have clarity, the mental clarity, things coming into focus for you. This could be something you cast for, a spell that you focused on, and now that is what is allowing this magic to unfold at this time. And we have water, spirituality, emotion, intuition, and compassion. We have Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. That could be you or your partner, but water's just being an emotional element here. We have, of course, the geese on the water with their family, indulging in that emotional aspect, and the people are in the water here too. So it is really a balance between emotion and mind. Or you complement each other, you and your partner complement each other in this way. One's more logical, the other's more emotional. And then finally we have the Village, number 41. It's going to have to do with boundaries too. If you notice a circle on the ground with the arrow, it has to do with journeying, traveling, Sagittarius energy, whether staying in your small community or venturing outside of it. But this looks like you're creating a circle with boundaries again. You're establishing a foundation here, something solid like the mountain, a new homestead in the Ten of Cups. Either way, with boundaries showing up multiple times, it's obviously a protected and supervised connection. Nothing is going to break this apart. There's many circles here. Circles can't be broken, but hearts can. And all I'm seeing here is a repetition of circles, no imagery of hearts other than the one on the scale. But it's perpetuity, it's infinity. There is no beginning and no end. It's infinite, it's a spiritual love. I'm going to read about the village, the hometown, the family, and the tribe. And this is marriage and family here, and the seventh house being relationship. The village presents us with a conundrum. On one hand, it's the place that feels most like home, the place to which you can always return. Nostalgia and comfort draw us back. On the other hand, it's a very place you must leave in order to grow. Around the village, an unspoken boundary exists, one most villagers do not want you to cross. Although some support your leaving, still you hear whispers of doubt as you venture beyond its borders, leaving them behind. The energy of the village is present anytime we feel restricted by a certain group, community, family, place, or ideology. It may have served us in the past, yet staying within its parameters will never satiate our thirst for life. Thank the village for all it has provided, knowing you will someday return, for now the world awaits. And we have Cancer showing up, ruling the fourth house of home as well. So leaving your home perhaps for the first time in order to establish your own home, or moving in with somebody. The side notes say returning to the village is as important as leaving it. It can be thought of as a completion or an integration of what you learned out in the wild. The village moves with you as it is more a mindset than a physical place. So it could be a merging of your village with somebody else's, or their concept of reality with yours. Let's see what our Making Magic cards can add to this. What message for this? On target, follow your ideal life path. So wherever you're headed, you can't stray or fall off. We have Star. The silver energy of the star brings good luck and serendipity underneath. Star is also destiny, destined partner. All right, because this is so heavily focused on partnerships, let's get a Journey of Love card for you. Even when this says on target, and this looks like a bullseye, like a dartboard to me. So yeah, that very sharp focus. Okay, I'm grabbing two. So our first one here, She Loves, number 61, and the Rings of Time. So rings having to do with Saturn, Father Time, Rings of Saturn. Has to do with cycles of 7. Could be 7-year difference. Again, dealing with the 7th house of Libra. 6 plus 1 is 7. But this has to do with, of course, divine timing. All right, I'm going to read about She Loves here. Forgiveness is here for you now. Can you partake of it? Forgiveness of your own self for the times you messed up, didn't love, forgot to trust, tried to take over, and decided against surrender. Forgiveness is here for you now, for the times when you couldn't forgive another, even if you really tried and really wanted to. She loves. She is here for you now. Open your heart to the angel goddess of forgiveness and let her fill your heart. You are free. This oracle brings you a message from the divine. You are forgiven, you are worthy of forgiveness, and you are capable of great spiritual generosity in forgiving others. If there is a person that you cannot forgive, you are really just not forgiving yourself, perhaps for being vulnerable, for not knowing better, or for not listening to your own intuition. It's time to let go and allow the forgiveness of that the divine has for you to fill your heart. You are free now. You just need to realize it. So maybe that's what, again, I mentioned the boundaries, letting down those walls. So forgiving yourself for putting yourself in a position where you had to put up such strict rules because you didn't feel that this was possible to allow things back into your life, that you thought maybe this is how you were going to exist for the rest of eternity, isolated, walls up, because every time you have opened yourself to this possibility, it's ended in disappointment or pain. But this is looking very genuine, sincere, again, on target, in your best interest. How about some Lenormand cards to finish this up? A message for pile 1 about this union. Okay, the child. So there could be the creation of a child. There are little ducklings there. And the lovers showing up. We have the owls, so wisdom. Very Libra as well. And then the sun. Okay, Leo. Playfulness, childlike innocence. It's like, if you knew then what you know now, things would have ended out a lot differently for your life, but that's not how it works, unfortunately. So in using the wisdom of your maturity, it's really helping you discern what boundaries need to be respected and what can be flexible. And it's that loosening, that wise loosening of control or protection, that you're able to tap into this youthful kind of innocent love energy once again. It might feel like puppy love. And there I pulled another one, the star came out again, so you can't miss it. This is your destiny, your target, your divine partner. All right, so that's a union that'll be deepening or coming together before December 21st, the winter solstice, okay? All right, I think that's all I have for you, pile 1. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. You chose the Hawkeye. And now we're going to start with your tarot cards. We have the 5 of Pentacles, the Devil, and the 3 of Swords. Tough pile. All right, let me take a minute to absorb this. Okay, so pile 2, what's changing for you? This is the energy that you're currently experiencing, that you're coming into or coming out of. Perhaps things have been difficult financially for you, feeling chained to your obligations or your debts, and like there's no solution. There's nothing you can do to pull out of it. It's causing a lot of stress, draining your energy, maybe, or just feeling tied to your obligations, some kind of contract that is not enjoyable to be completing at this time. All I can say is it's related to your karma, that this is a lesson that you're meant to live. But let's see what the oracle cards can bring us to show you what comes out on the other side of this transformation over the next 3 months. We have acceptance for number 4. This is our Queen of the Moon card. So it looks like accepting help. You know, here you have a beggar, somebody who is lacking in their life. But somebody, it looks like you'll be accepting help, being able to receive help to pull you up out of this 3 of Swords feeling. We have the White Witch, be the light. Okay. So I did a short post the other day about thanking your grid. It was an alchemy card that came up. It's like that irritant, that driving factor. It depends on how you look at it. That is what it creates, this beautiful pearl inside of an oyster, is the irritation, the daily irritation, the daily grind, and the difficulty, the unescapability of getting that grain of sand out of your oyster shell. But what do? You transmute it, you smooth it over, you make it so it's less painful, less intrusive. And through that transmutation, bringing things from the dark to the light, being thankful in that moment for the difficult situation, because it's the raw material that you need to transform the obstacle into a blessing for you. Next we have change. Okay, so again, things are changing. This is the fall equinox. We're going from, 12 hours of light and darkness equal on this day. There's a turning of the wheel in the sky. We're beginning a new season. And so this is basically like the Wheel of Fortune to me. And then we have House 8, transformation, karma, facing fears and legacies. Okay, So I mentioned it was tied to your karma, and this is what we do with it. We transmute that sand, that grain of sand, use it as a motivation to push through harder every day. And has to do with Scorpio releasing. This could be the time frame where it ends in the season of Scorpio. That's about 30 days away in tropical astrology, but that's going to be towards mid-December, like leading right up to the winter solstice in sidereal. So be prepared anytime between October 20th and December 20th, these last 2 months. That is when you'll see these things fall away. And finally, we're going to get into the Pilgrim, number 20, your archetype card. This has to do with the journey, and it makes me think of the Fool's Journey. That dictates the entire major arcana narrative. And 20 is Judgment. It's Pluto. It is also the ruler of Scorpio, the 8th house. It stands for death, transformation, and change, and resurrection, as pictured in the Judgment card. But let's see what the Pilgrim could tell us partly about our journey here. Number 20. The wanderer, the traveler, the apprentice. For the Pilgrim, an outward journey is always an inward journey. This archetypal wanderer seeks wisdom, experience, and meaning in the farthest reaches of the globe and the deepest regions of the spirit. Yeah, so choosing this lifetime, if you subscribe to that theory that we choose whatever obstacles or circumstance we're born into before we even incarnate here, this is something your soul chose to navigate in order to gain experience, to grow in strength, in order to learn how to defeat the darkness in your life. Others will wonder when the Pilgrim will settle down and claim a more conventional life, but the Pilgrim knows that the heart belongs in motion. Where there is motion, there's freedom, expansion, and growth. Responsibilities, social conventions, and logistics lull us to sleep, and so the Pilgrim becomes veiled in the slumber of the day-to-day. Yet when this archetype awakens, it rallies our sense of adventure and leads us out the door towards a new reality. Like being weighed down by the daily grind. We have the devil here, which is Capricorn, rules the 10th house of work. And with the finances there, perhaps you're working too many hours for not enough pay. And it just feels like, you've become kind of in a rut on the day-to-day. And this is definitely a change where it could be a left turn, out of the gate here from October onward. But there could be, again, a decision to walk away from this or a new opportunity that comes to it, having persevered through this difficult time in your life. Yet when this archetype awakens, it rallies our sense of adventure and leads us out the door towards a new reality. With the Pilgrim at your side, you will never lack courage, nor do you need every amenity. Travel light, travel soon, your spirit needs it. We all have a deep longing to answer the call, to get unstuck. What are the obstacles between you and the door? Even in the stillness of meditation, the Pilgrim feels the movement of the heart toward what it loves. Okay, so I'm going to go back and read about the White Witch, the Be the Light. And with the acceptance card, not just accepting help, but accepting your current circumstance for what it is. And that's the starting point. Maybe for some of you, it'll be a rock bottom, a realization, an epiphany will come through and be like, okay, well, things have to change now, or else, I'll die. Like, maybe not physically, but emotionally, spiritually, something. It's like you are not going to evolve and grow if you stay in this one place. And the first step towards change is accepting the current reality out as it is before we can change it into what we envision. So the message of the White Witch is take the higher road and choose the light. Remove yourself from lower energy experiences. And if this isn't work related, this could be an imprisoning relationship or one where you feel like you don't have worth or control. And this could be you contemplating leaving that circumstance. The White Witch card represents the maiden aspect of the triple goddess of paganism and modern Wicca. The maiden is a gentle, innocent, and pure aspect of the goddess, a loving soul who wants nothing but the best for the whole earth. Here she is joined by a horned owl, showing that she is willing to respect those with more wisdom and experience than she has, but she is also willing to trust what feels right to be right within. With this card, you are being reminded of the goddess goodness within. No matter what is happening to you or around you, you have a choice. Choose not to be pulled into dramas, bickering, or energies that are just going to limit your joy. If you are surrounded by people who are hostile towards you, or someone or you are in a negative situation, perhaps in your workplace, you are being invited to the light, to be the light. You are an incredible person who can really bring light. So how can you change the energy? How can you redirect the conversation to love? How can you protect yourself? How can you help the person that is being picked on? Or are you the one who is guilty of causing a drama? You will know the answers. Know also that you are being encouraged to shine the light you were born to share. Okay, so the power truly is within your hands to change your circumstance. This devil has no power over you. This is a choice. You always have a choice. Okay, let's take a look at your magic cards then. You can stay where it's miserable, but it would be much better if you left. Awen, 3 rays of right, balancing male and female energies, peace and harmony. Yes, that's what you're seeking. That's what you're changing. Power symbol, cleanse, purify, and protect the physical body. So again, maybe a self-destructive habit has to go. That devil can be addiction. 1 enchanted evening, the perfect night. And then we have mystic star, harmony in the home and great friendships. Okay, so in your journeys, in your pilgrimage, perhaps while you're out socializing one night, you can come across a group of supportive friends, or again, people that are going to introduce you to new opportunities or ways out. Or you could just do your best thinking at night. Your realizations could come to you in dreams. And let's see, how about some Lenormand to add to this? Message for pile 2, please. A fox, yeah. Deception. Sneaking away. Like, this could be you leaving quietly, too. Just look how he's looking over his shoulder. You know, what are you leaving behind? All that. Either that or this devil could be represented by the fox person, this deception. Okay. But foxes are also very witty. They are intelligent. So it could be, again, using your mind to come up with a solution there. The mask. Yes, somebody was hiding something. There's 2 deception cards here now. So if somebody's not been their authentic self with you, or vice versa, like you can't be yourself around this person because they've tried to snuff out your light, forcing you to put on a mask, which is causing you to stress, or feeling inauthentic, or feeling out of place. All right, one more here. The birds. Okay, so that to me again is communication. Mercury, be Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. But I get that with these friends. The harmony in the home and great friendships. That's you congregating here. Sharing your problems with people, or just networking, communicating, finding a solution. Okay, and underneath we have the ship. So moving on. Yes, you're moving out of this difficult time into something more supportive. All right, do I want another oracle card? Sure, I'll send you off with some love. I got one for pile 1, so how about a journey of love message for my pile 2, please? Oop, there's that one, and I feel this one. So the space between the words. Enjoy the silence. Enjoy the void. Oh my. The void. All right, so void. That's a new beginning. That's a start over. That's a new moon. There's a new moon solar eclipse, October 14th, leading into sidereal Libra, which would be the recalibration, the rebalancing. But yeah, brand new beginnings, double new start. So let me read about the void. At the ending of every cycle and the beginning of every cycle, there is a moment of transition. It may last for any amount of time, a moment of feeling or many years of deep inner work whilst feeling displaced. The transition may require patience to endure the absence of knowing, the lack of certainty about who you are and why you are here on this planet. A void may open up between one moment of meeting with your lover and the seemingly endless stretch of time, even if it is only days that seem as though they are eternal in duration as you wait to reconnect again. Yet if you can accept that entry into the cosmic void as preparation for your next cycle of manifestation, If you can accept that darkness is holding you with love, not the unfeelingness, that you can relax and let the preparation be what it must be, then you can be well equipped for the next steps forward on your glorious divine adventure in this lifetime, meeting the beloved, whether divine or human lover, in a new, fresh moment, excited, open, and curious always. This oracle brings you guidance. There are parts of your own process unfolding that you simply cannot know about yet. It will not always be this way, but for now it is most helpful for you to only deal with what is immediately before you. All else will be shown when the time is right. There is growing to be done, and then the void will bring forth the next step on your path to meet you. You do not have to worry, and you do not have to search. Be present, be patient. When you can do something, do it. When you cannot, just be. Your time will soon come. If you are holding a question about relationships, surrender it into the void and let it become what it must be according to spiritual wisdom and love. And because these cards feel so connected, especially in this reading, I'll read about the spaces between the words too. When we look for guidance, we often look for words that clarify, reassure, and help us find our authentic path through the chaos. Yet there is also guidance in the spaces between the words, between each letter, between all the happenings in our lives, where there is nothing to be said, where there are no lines to be colored in, where there is just openness. Those are the times when we need to freestyle. We need to do or not do, based on what is happening for us right in the moment. Often there is far less to do than we think. Often we don't need to think. There is a space forming around you now. Sometimes when we sense that subconsciously we feel exhilarated and excited, anxious and nervous, and not even sure why. There's a sense perhaps that we wouldn't mind having a map of this unknown terrain, or perhaps we are happy to wing it and make it up as we go. Either way, there is space to just be. It is a receiver for the divine presence. If you have a lot of space of unknowing around you now or within you, then you just know that there is a lot of divine presence to be received. It can't be explained really. It happens between the words, and yet without it, there wouldn't be any words, any guidance at all. The oracle speaks to you. Enter the space and let go, for your time to receive is upon you. Be blessed. All right, pile number 2. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. You chose the moonstone with the malachite and citrulline, I think. Anyway, let's take a look at your tarot cards to get started. There you are, the Magician. Fantastic. Strength. All right. And 6 of Pentacles. Beautiful. Wow. So your manifestation power is enhanced at this time. It is very magnetic. Whatever you put out, whatever frequency you are on, is going to immediately dictate whether or not you attract or repel things in your life. It's going to have a strong and direct effect. If you are planting seeds of intention at the October new moon solar eclipse, that would be another advantageous time to make these intentions, to set them forth. And with Leo there, it's creativity. With the Magician at the helm, you really are weaving your own reality tunnel at this time. Some of you could be working on a future project that is going to reap a lot of revenue for you, income as a return. It's like nobody can mess with your energy for the last 3 months of this year. You are unmovable. Nobody can influence you. You have a very clear, direct, and strong mind and will. I don't know why this is coming to mind, but if you've ever seen this older movie, I think in the late 90s, maybe early 2000, called Run Lola Run, it was a German movie, but this woman basically has these superpowers, but she doesn't realize it. And she needs $100,000 for her boyfriend because some, dealer was going to kidnap him or hurt him. So she goes to the casino out of desperation. And I'm not advocating this for anybody, but just as the example, where she places a $100,000 bet. I think she got a loan from her dad, and she put it on the roulette wheel. And she screamed so loud in the casino that her voice, the vibration of her voice, made the ball fall into the slot where she had placed her bet. So it's that kind of powerful ability to bend reality is how I'm feeling it, to make things come out in your favor. That's the strength of your voice this last 3 months. Okay, let's see. your Queen of the Moon card, we have blossoming. So things are, this is a full moon card, 33, the master number, master teacher, master magician, mastering the elements and time and cycles. So we have the full moon. This is a blossoming, is usually in the springtime, but the southern hemisphere is coming into spring, isn't it? And things are really starting to bloom for you. They're coming into fruition. The manifestation, like we said, is turned up. And then we have elder, move beyond ancestral patterns. For some of you, you'll be breaking family karma. You'll be deviating from them in a way that you've taken control like no one else in your family has. They may have seen themselves as victims of circumstance or poverty, and this is you breaking that cycle of poverty for your family, or being the first one in your family to go to school or have your own business. It's going to manifest differently for everybody depending on your goals. But whatever it is, it's going to allow you to care for your family and at the same time changing the trajectory of your family's karma. So let's go ahead and see the next one. We have boundaries. There's a door that's closed. Okay, some of you may be disconnecting again. I feel like closing the door on those family energies or where you came from. I'm not saying you're cutting ties with them. You can still, of course, relate to your family members, but it's just you shutting the door on those energies that may have kept you suppressed, or your abilities or confidence in yourself suppressed for so long. But closing the doors on that, not allowing your past to creep up on you anymore or influence your present thought. It's closing a chapter of a book more than anything. And with strength there, strong boundaries, it speaks of protection for this newfound wealth, things that you're building up. You're not building wealth without building defense. It's offense and defense at the same time. You're going out to get what you want, but you're protecting what you have. And let's see your card there, the moon. So again, the moon's power is extremely beneficial to you. I feel mostly in the month of October, since we have the solar eclipse on the 14th and the lunar eclipse on the 28th. So not only is it a shifting of seasons for you, it is an eclipse period where things are coming in and out of your life. Of course, I'll do separate readings for those moons when we get there, but this is intuition, knowing, seeing the unseen, hidden knowledge too that you could be tapping into, ancient knowledge. Your elders, your guides and angels can be funneling this energy to you, helping you expand and blossom in your energy, in your power. But the moon is it's a portal of manifestation. It's just reaffirming to me, full moons, I think, you're going to see the results of your action. Of course, we have a full moon at the end of September as well, a few days after this equinox. The 29th, I believe. I feel it's more moving towards October, though. Like after eclipse season, these things will the floodgates really open. So let's take a look at your archetype card. We have the 1, number 30. It's interesting. We started this reading with the 1, the magician, the number 1. And now we're ending with a 1. So 1133. Okay. Let's read about the 1. The title of the card is Non-Duality, One Love, Unus Mundus. Our ability to experience this archetype firsthand is limited. It comes in brief and potent moments that we are left to savor for a lifetime. The One is both the energy that unites all living beings and our capacity to sense this in intimate union. This archetype eludes us most of our lives, appearing as a concept in a distant galaxy, yet when we are in the midst of its power, a solemn reverence falls across all the land. We glimpse ourselves in the vastness of all consciousness and are neither small nor large within that field. We are neither important nor unimportant. All duality fades away, and we are left with what is, the precious knowing that life is a gift, and we are both the giver and the receiver of this fortune. What do we have depicted here in the 6 of coins but someone who gives and receives? It's reciprocity. It's a return. So we are in the center. We are the fulcrum. We become the one. We have unified duality within our external world, or within ourselves, and that's helping us balance our external life. And that's why now all these blossoms are coming in. These you've set boundaries, you've set parameters. When you speak spells, you have to bind down the action not wanted. You set a limit to, okay, this is exactly what I want, and with the exception of this. And this is you being very clear and concise, having knowledge of both left and right energies, masculine, feminine, and how to use them both to your advantage at will. That's what makes you the empowered one as the magician. It is said that Om is the primordial sound of the universe, that all other mantras are born from it. Simply imagining this possibility will activate the one. The Unus Mundus is a circle representing the unity of existence. Is it possible that the beginning and end of all things is love? Okay. So, speaking of love, let us grab a Journey of Love card, as I did for my other piles already. The Heart of the Moment, number 16. And the Pearl Threaded, number 38. So this oracle brings you a message. You are in a transition zone in your life and relationships. It is one moment that will manifest as many opportunities, where one choice will open up many pathways to fulfillment for you. We always have the chance to create our future with our present choices, but at this time you are in an especially fertile karmic period, having just come out of a cycle of learning and about to enter a new cycle. So closing of one door and the opening of another. This is the time to be willing to take a chance or a risk to be happy within yourself, no matter what is going on around you. Your life is about to take a karmic turn, and you can feel peace in that knowing. And the Pearl Threaded has to do with, again, all these experiences being connected. It could have to do back with connection to your ancestors as well. So the Pearl Threaded reads, though we labor through the illusion of individuality and have to face our inner challenges in solitude, our spiritual transformation is not an independent event, nor is it for our victory alone as we approach the enlightened way of all-embracing love. Each human being is a pearl on the Divine Mother's garland, gradually assuming luster and revealing beauty, worth, and radiance over many lifetimes. Together we are creating a precious offering in return for her gift of life. We can learn to draw on a collective effort to allow her own journey to become integrated into the journey of the group without being weighed down, and instead to be lifted up. To do this, we honor the thread that connects each of us, one as a divine being, just like the various fingers that belong on one hand. Then we honor the pearl essence of our divine nature, that we are capable of growth and transformation, becoming the divine beauty. This oracle brings you a message. You are to shift your perspective to allow all groups that you are involved in to become a source of energetic lifting rather than depletion. If a group you are involved in cannot do this for you, then you may not be in vibrational resonance, and it may be time to seek a group that is more energetically supportive of your vibration. Trust your feelings and don't be scared to open up and allow yourself to connect with others. That way you can truly know if a group or gathering is for you or if you need to move on. But do trust that you are not alone on your journey, and that the soul connections that will nourish you will draw you to them like strands on pearls of the Divine Mother's necklace. Some of you, if you came from pile 2, there was a reference to a metaphor of the pearl turning sand in, or oyster turning sand into a pearl, and how it requires irritation and persistence and transmutation. But this is now you as the magician having undergone that transmutation, you becoming the one and meeting others along your way on this path that are also on the same journey. They are also the one. They have unified their energies within them. These are people you're starting to align with, that you're starting to put on your pearl necklace strand, that you're collecting as you go along. They balance you out. They can give what you can give. They contribute equally, otherwise you close the door on them. You know, I can't resonate with you. I'm sorry. It's not personal, it's just business. Basically, you're looking out for protecting what you've built. I think you've learned, again, having come out of that fertile, or you're in the fertile karmic period now, as the one said. And there's the luck, expansion, Jupiter, wealth, even with the green there, and love. Okay, I did mention, so this could be you meeting a divine partner through the efforts and progress that you've made on yourself, somebody who is your equal, who can mirror you, There's a letter, communication, connection. This also is writing down, again, your intentions, maybe sealing them in an envelope and opening them 6 months later, since eclipses tend to last 6 months. Or could be at the spring, the vernal equinox, where these things come to completion, because your power is now. And this is what you're going to see blossom over the next 6 months, since we have the Six of Pentacles too. All right, let's take a look at your magic cards. Since you are a powerful magician, a master magician, mastering yourself and your reality, we have perseverance, the motivation to keep going despite the odds. Yeah. And healing, true healing of the mind, body, and soul. Healing ancestral patterns too. And on target, follow your ideal life path. So yeah, maintaining focus too. Earth underneath, ask the element of earth for grounding, stability, and strength in times of chaos. With the Six of Coins, that's an earth element there. The blossoming green card is giving me grounded, growing up from the earth feelings. It feels like your feet are firmly rooted in reality, and you're also able to tap into the psychic higher realm. So your body is the middle point. Your body is the lightning rod, a channel, and you're equally stretched into both. And that's how you're able to manifest so powerfully, because you are a lightning rod for your manifestations. The energy is channeled through you and directly into the ground, brought from the void, from the ether, into the 3D. Okay, I think that is everything I have for you for this reading, pile 3. Congratulations on all of your success, your hard work, everything that you've done to get yourself set up for this point. And it looks like things are really going to take off from here. All right, have a wonderful equinox. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.